In this video, I'm going to explain the science behind how ugly fat guys can get cute girls. I know I'm not the only one who was wondering this. I know I'm not the only one who saw this, whether it be in high school or in college. You have guy friends or acquaintances that you have witnessed get cute girls when they are nothing to write home about.
My first time with Leonard was nothing to write home about.
So the question becomes, how do they do it? And why I'm talking about this is because you can deploy the same strategies and the same influence tactics that they use to actually get more sales, lead more people, influence more people, and I believe get the income that you and I can both agree you probably know you're capable of. But deep down, you just haven't got there yet. Well, there's a science behind this, and this is a topic that most people don't talk about because most people don't even recognize it's happening. I need you to know this is all based on science. This is based on research. This is based on how the brain and the body work. I know that sounds odd, but here's for me. I grew up really not having any girlfriends through high school. And if you asked me at the time why, I would have said it's because I don't have time. I'm so focused on school. I'm so focused on sports. I'm so focused on friends that I don't have time to date anybody. The reality was I was lacking self-confidence. So you see where I'm going with this. There is a level of belief and conviction that no matter how you look, when you can exude this thing, people will respond. And that's why, and I know it sounds a little crude, why fat, ugly guys can still get cute girls. It blows my mind. And I know I'm not the only one. And so this is a strategy, but it's really more than that. It's who you are. It's esteem. It's belief in the value that you bring to the table. And I know that sounds a little far-fetched, but here's the deal. Did you know that when you break down the body to its smallest part, you get an atom? An atom is made of 99.9% energy. It's not physical. But when you put multiple atoms together, it makes up a molecule. That molecule makes up a chemical. That chemical makes up an organelle. That organelle makes up a cell. That cell turns into tissue. That tissue makes up organs. Organs become body parts. Now, why is this important? Because when you break down the body, ultimately we are more energy than we are physical. And the reason why that's so important is the energy that you exude becomes what people relate to, what people value, and what they see, what they experience behind you. So if you take a person who got a liver transplant from another human who liked potato chips, this person will like potato chips. Why? Because that liver carries an energy. And I know I'm going into this biology, but this is the biology of belief. My friend and author Bruce Lipton talks about this in his book, called exactly that, the biology of belief. When you have a belief about yourself, you literally exude an energy that people must respond to. The question becomes, and that's what I'm gonna ask you, what energy are you exuding? No matter how you look, no matter how you sound, what's more important is the belief behind the value that you think you bring to the table. People must respond to that value. Stephen Covey said, we don't see the world the way it is, we see the world the way we are. People see your value through your eyes, not through their own. And get this, research shows that you are best understood and appraised by others based on what you believe, not based on what you know. You are most appraised and evaluated and understood by others, not based on how much you know, but based on what you believe about yourself. And this is exactly why, for me growing up, I didn't date a lot of girls, hardly at all, especially through high school. And it wasn't because I didn't want to, it's because I didn't have a lot of self-confidence. But I'll tell you this, there is a distinct season of life where all of that drastically changed for me. And what happened for me is when I became a doctor, I started my own practice. I began leading others, and I gained a level of self-confidence. It was almost like through experience, I stepped into this leadership role. That leadership role allowed me to realize, listen, I'm either gonna step up to the plate and be a leader and have self-confidence, or I'm gonna get walked on here. I can't have success as a doctor and a leader and somebody that's running a practice helping people heal and not have self-confidence. Well, it turns out that self-confidence translated into every other area of my life. And this is when I won my bride. This is when the woman who I am married to today, Amanda, when she recognized me, we kid each other because I said, babe, you wouldn't have not only recognized my value, you wouldn't have dated me in high school, no way. Because I didn't have the level of self-confidence to attract someone like you. And I know some of you are even having a hard time with this. I'm telling you, it's literally atomic. It's based in our atoms. It's based in our DNA. You exude an energy. And so the cool part is you need a catalyst. My catalyst was becoming a doctor, leading others, and having the obligation to increase my self-esteem so that I could help people heal, so that I could be a doctor for them, that they would listen to me, they will follow my recommendations, and ultimately they would get well. That was my catalyst. The question I have for you is, what's yours? You need one. And this is the moral of the story. The reason why ugly guys can get cute girls is because they exude a self-confidence, and females sense that about them, and they no longer focus on their looks or their perfection of their body image, but more of the security that they put out by being who they are. Now, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna say, hey, when you think it, it'll come true. Just think about it and gain self-confidence and know you can. I subscribe to a God that says that we are made in His image. And therefore, we do have a unique place in society. We're different than the fish and the birds and the other animals. We are a human made in His image. That allows us to have a confidence and a worthiness, not by what I do, but who I am. And so that's taken me years and years and years, decades, to be able to gain this level of confidence, but I needed a catalyst. And so for me, my worldview now, biblically, is I am who God says I am. And so I get confidence in that. But like I said before, it required a doctorate education for me to really know that I am worthy of having self-confidence. So the way the brain is wired is the brain needs a catalyst to drive self-esteem or self-confidence or a worthiness. And so I want to tell you right now, if you're suffering with this, you know that you have a level of self-doubt that is eroding your opportunity to influence others and make an impact and make an income that you feel like you deserve, then I want to help you. Because that is exactly why I created Catalyst Consulting and Catalyst Coaching. I do this all day, every day, because when you get your catalyst, by default, you get your self-confidence because you know how you are uniquely wired, equipped, and programmed to help and serve others and bring them value. So I love this stuff because it's just the way the brain is wired, and I'm intrigued by how, honestly, some of my classmates that I thought were fat and ugly got cute girls, and now I know why. And now you can get what you want, not because you think about it or you manifest it out of nowhere, but because you put in the time, the effort, and the energy to actually bring value, and you know who you are and you know how to deliver that. So if you need help, click the link below. I'm here for it. Now you'll always know why the unattractive guy is capable of getting the hot girl.